Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. In this video we're going to be talking about the Super Micros from Blaze. Were these a good idea? Let's talk about it. Okay guys, so obviously we have looked at these products. In a previous video we reviewed them, had a look at all the details, etc. This video is not about that. It's really just based on the feedback I received from that review video, and most of it was pretty negative. So I really wanted to sort of discuss my thoughts on the comments, discuss my thoughts on what's the point of these things, who they're for, and really are they obviously at a good price, where should they really be selling them, that type of thing. But out of all of them, I think only one of them I would give pass marks. I think the poorest one may well be the Space Invaders one because it only has one game. I'm not even sure which version it is. None of them have arcade ROMs, which I initially thought. This is really just Space Invaders, whichever version it is. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it plays okay, but it sounds just absolutely horrific. I mean, it doesn't sound good. Obviously, these aren't meant for serious gamers. Let's be honest, they're not meant for serious gamers. They're not even meant for the Evercade community. They're not really based for those people at all. Obviously, some of the guys in the community, like myself, you're going to purchase them because you like maybe collecting some things. But I really don't need these, let's be honest. I'm not going to put these on a rucksack. I'm not going to even use them on my keychain at all. But having a look at them, there's no doubt they do look quite nice. They are a nice sort of design, there's no doubt about that. But I think someone commented this morning, which actually made me laugh, they're too big to be a keychain and too small to be a serious gaming device. So this is what we're kind of left with, which I thought was kind of funny. But yeah, who are they for exactly? That's really what I was wondering. Collectors, yes. I think the price is all wrong. $19.99 seems a little bit expensive for what it is. I don't think it's the most competitive price they could have put it at. I think realistically, to maybe make it more attractive, they should have had a more aggressive price, such as $14.99, perhaps maybe even less than that. I suppose it is what it is. They're not going to be making a lot of money from these things at all, which then begs the question, what the heck's the point? What are they trying to do with these things? I mean, at £20, their markup, I don't know what they make them for, but they can't be making a heck of a lot of money from these devices at all. Now this one, the Asteroids, I think it's most of the 7800 ROMs on this one, but obviously, as you can see, the sort of spaceship does stop still. It's not like the arcade version or some of the other versions where the ship does keep on moving. But yeah, it kind of just stops still. It's kind of a really strange version of Asteroids. I mean, it's okay. It's not too bad. It does look quite nice. Gravatar's not really a game I'm going to be playing an awful lot of. And Yar's Revenge either. So those two are 2600 versions, I believe. But they don't sound like 2600 versions. I think someone says it's running in some sort of NES emulator. So it doesn't sound or feel like the actual 2600 versions. It's obviously not running on an Atari emulator of sorts. So God knows what kind of ROMs they're using. It sounds horrendous. I mean, it's still Yar's Revenge, let's be fair, but it's running a bit quicker. It just doesn't feel right. I've seen worse. It's not the worst, to be honest, but I don't know. It's not amazing. I think, based on the fact of what you're getting here, I don't think $19.99 seems very fair. Though the design, again, just like the rest of them, does look really nice. But anyway, my point was, who are these for? Not the Evercade community. I think they're for impulse buys. Stocking fillers, as I said in the review, these are stocking fillers, ideal impulse buys, but your impulse buys won't be seeing these on Amazon. You're unlikely to have an impulse buy. I suppose some people do. The impulse buys are seeing these in shops as a last minute gift and maybe picking them up, think, oh, that'll do, and that'll do for such and such, and just put that as a last minute sort of idea. But what shops are these going to be in? I hope they do get these into shops, but I'm not entirely sure the strategy will be right. Ideally for me, obviously in UK, you'd maybe want to see these in Smith's Game. I mean, ideally, you really want to see these in so many stores like Tesco's, in the Christmas section perhaps, and this is where impulse buys would be perfect. But I doubt that's going to happen. Very unlikely. I guess in the UK, you'd maybe have an impulse buy in places like Smith's. Hopefully, if we can get them in there, that would be great. Obviously, game stores, you'll probably see them in game stores, but game stores are dying from the UK sort of super or sort of high street. So many game stores are closing. It's really becoming a place where you won't even buy games anymore, which is kind of sad, but that's the reality of it. So what shops are they going to put them in? Will you actually see these in shops? That's where you're going to make sales of these products. You're not going to sell loads of these on Amazon or anywhere else for that matter. And is anyone going to look at these and think, yeah, $19.99? Maybe not. There's other options out there that are slightly cheaper. This one, the Centipede one, is okay. I think, if I recall, they are all 2600 versions, but again, probably not running on the Atari emulation. It just seems like something else, which it just doesn't feel right at all. But I think the only one for me that gets pass marks out of all four of them is definitely the Burger Time version. It does have 3 games, and they are all running NES versions, and it seems to be the one that's probably running the best out of all 4 of them. And it does look the part, I guess. If you were going to pick one up, I would probably suggest this one as being the go-to sort of super micro to pick up. It does play alright. Obviously, they are small, so if you don't have great eyesight, it's not a serious gaming device. And that is what it is. It plays exactly how you would expect the NES versions to play like, and it does actually sound like it, which is great. So this is definitely the only one I would give pass marks to, and maybe just at that, it's the only one just about worth the $19.99 price point. But the others, not so much, to be honest, not so much. I did actually find myself playing Side Pocket quite a lot, and I quite enjoyed it, even though it's probably not the best version of Side Pocket. You'd ideally want the sort of Genesis Mega Drive version of that, because I think graphically it can be a wee bit small to actually see, but I still find myself enjoying playing it, and it's probably the game I've played most so far on these little devices. But you can clearly see, graphically, it's very small and not ideal whatsoever, but I got some fun out of it, and I got some maybe 10-15 minutes playing it, and I did enjoy it, so there is that. So I guess if you were going to pick one up, I would recommend this one. But yeah, as I'm saying, guys, these are not for the Evercade community. They're not for serious gamers. They're for impulse buys. So don't feel insulted. I really don't know why Blaze have decided to go down this route, because I don't think they're going to be money spinners. They're not going to make loads of money for it. Is it just a sort of test to see what happens if they do make sales from it? Personally, I would rather they spent the money on something else and maybe concentrated. Maybe it would have been better concentrating and getting another Super Pocket out, because those are big sellers, and they obviously then attract people to buy more Evercade cartridges as well. With these, there's no inlet to Evercade at all. You can't obviously expand your library, and that's not what these are about. It's a whole different market at all. It's not for me and you, the sort of standard Evercade sort of user and obviously big fan, but these are for completely different market. But that's where obviously I beg the question, these need to be sold in the proper places to actually make a dent. And will we see these in the supermarkets? Will we see these in high street stores? I'm not really sure. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'm not entirely sure. I think realistically we probably won't see them in that many stores, and I honestly don't see these things being big sellers at all. Could be just a little bit of a test for Blaze. Maybe we'll see more of these, maybe we won't. Personally, as I said, I think it's probably going to have been a complete waste of time and money. That's just my opinion. At the end of the day, I think a few people will pick these up as impulse buys, there's no doubt about it, because they do look the part, but you'll probably be disappointed in most of them, apart from maybe Burger Time. It does look quite nice, but the rest of them, I think just a little bit overpriced. I think they would probably have to drop the prices of these, or do some special offer, buy all 4 for 40 quid or something, then you get a really good sort of a value. Otherwise, obviously all 4, that's 80 quid. That's quite a lot of money for what you're getting here. You'd be better off going getting a Super Pocket, buying an Evercade cart, and you would be much, much happier. Obviously, that's a different market. These are keychains. They're meant as a little novelty thing to put on the end of your keys or at the end of your rucksack or something. But yeah, definitely I'm completely stumped about the point of these, to be honest. I think Blaze maybe have went down the wrong direction, but maybe they'll prove us wrong. I don't know. Anyway, guys, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. As usual, I appreciate you watching. Catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.